and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod, episode number 95. We're wrapping up this two-parter today, Josh. Things got a little off the rails last time.
Yeah, you still haven't apologized.
You were very mad.
I was very upset.
I found something better to do and stormed off.
With me. We sat on...
True. I made you come with me. That's true.
It's very true.
But
I want to begin with my 3-point apology. One, sometimes Josh gets a little tipsy.
Josh, we've been over. Never apologize to the audience. They don't deserve it.
I'm apologizing to you.
Oh, to me?
Yes.
Oh, no, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I was instigating that whole nightmare.
You really fucking were. You fucking shithead.
And
then you come up here and you burn me again.
I did.
You hadn't even been up here 5 minutes.
I couldn't help myself. I was in the mood.
You fucking ass.
Anyway, well, we're back, and, we're hopefully moving on to better. We are definitely moving on to bigger.
We're moving on to bigger. I wouldn't necessarily say better.
Well, we're going to go... What I think we're going to do, Josh, I think we're going to go in order. This does not reflect how I feel about these movies, but I think just a general consensus, we're going to go from I
think we should do release order.
No, I refuse. We're going to go just because I don't want to think about it, which ones came out when.
I know which ones came out when.
No,
yes,
Josh doesn't know these things. No,
wow.
I do know. We're going to go almost in release order. We're going to flip 2 of them.
I'm not going anywhere.
We're going to make a Tom Cruise sandwich. Is what we're going to do.
I don't want to do that.
Hey, man, it is what it is.
I really don't want to do that.
You don't want to make a Tom Cruise sandwich?
No. Oh,
so
wait a minute. What did he call it in fucking Tropic Thunder? How about a hobo's dick cheese?
Jesus. We're not gonna include that. It's going to be...
That's still my favorite line in that fucking
movie. Tom Cruise movie. Other non-Tom Cruise movie. Are there more? Okay, Josh.
There was only one Tom Cruise movie this year.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When's the last time there was a double Tom Cruise year?
A double TC?
Yes. Yes.
2 TC?
Yeah. Because I feel like it's just been one a year. Maybe The Mummy and one of the Mission Impossibles came out the same year.
Didn't Reacher and one of the Mission Impossible come out the same year?
That could be true too.
Because I think Ghost Protocol and Reacher, maybe.
But these days, it seems like he's just doing his big, ridiculous
well, because he's got a fucking
things.
heel. The man's 150 years old.
That's true.
And he's out there hanging from fucking helicopters and shit.
Yeah, I believe he is 60 years old.
I was going to say,
correct?
I think he's 60, yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? This next Mission Impossible is a 2-parter. Maybe that'll just do him in. He'll just be done after that. Although, he can't die.
No.
So.
He's got the power of Zimnu.
He has the power of spending a lot of money on Scientology stuff.
Yeah.
And having big energy. I don't know. I forget what it's called.
I can't remember.
It's how many evil aliens are in your soul.
Yeah, Quailons.
Yeah.
Or fucking Ferengi. I don't know.
If you were dying on the side of the road, Tom Cruise not only could, but would have to help you because he is evolved above a normal man.
He is obliged.
And typically I would typically I would say that's absolute nonsense. No, I always say that. However, he does seem to keep living despite all the crazy shit he's trying to do. But he did break his ankle that one time. So
he did break his ankle.
Yeah,
he did break his ankle. I think he broke his wrist or something at one point too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was like that jump.
And you watch it happen, and
it looks painful.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise just gets up and keeps running.
But we're not.
Fucking Viggo Mortensen broke his fucking foot.
So he just couldn't help but kick that helmet.
He had to kick that helmet, and then when he falls on his knees and screams, he's actually in pain and very, very upset.
Very, very painful. But we're not talking about that yet. we're getting ahead of
We're
ourselves.
not talking about
Tom
Aragorn.
Cruise. We're not talking about Aragorn. We're staying away from Lord of the Rings for right now. This episode is part of a teaser for episodes to come.
Ooh. A dark portent of what could be.
This is covering the movies we saw over the summer that we haven't talked about otherwise. And we're going to start with one in our wheelhouse. Again, I think I said that last time.
You did.
But
It didn't get any better this time either.
We're going to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder, the fourth Thor, the only fourth single character movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like to call it For Love and Thunder Gun.
Love and Thunder Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, what did you think about Thor: Love and Thunder?
I literally could not give less of a shit about that movie. I didn't particularly care for it. And then the longer it's been since I've talked about it, the more I don't care. I don't care. Like, if you like part of it, great. If you didn't like part of it, cool. That movie is fucking pointless. And I was just like, I can't take these Marvel movies anymore, man.
There's a lot of Marvel movies. I mean, we
these
talked about
last ones aside from multiverse. I have found this latest crop entirely useless. Like, it feels like they're just trying to hang on now, and I'm just like, this isn't how you should have done this, guys.
Sure, yeah. So the last, I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it. It's obvious. It's got the problem that it's a sequel to what was essentially like the reboot of Thor, right?
Yeah.
He after the events of some of the other Avengers movies, they're like, okay, this Norseman god shtick is kind of worn thin. We'll reinvent him, and we're doing the Planet Hulk thing, and we're doing all that.
It is really wild though, because I sat down and thought about it the other day. Just the tonal shift of Thor in anything, because in the first one he's kind of a big goof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a fish out of water kind of thing, and then you get him in Avengers, and
he's the serious kind of
still
badass,
a bit of
a little bit of goofiness.
Goof,
Yeah.
but it's again kind of like, I'm not from here kind of thing going on. And then you get him in Avengers 2. And I mean, everybody in Avengers 2 was just so like dour.
I was gonna say, I don't really
like,
think about that very
like
often.
they even like they open it up and like, oh, let's try to move the hammer, you know, and it's fucking, whoa, this is wacky times, you know. You got that fucking weird lullaby thing with Hulk and her, and then Thor's just like, let me tell you about the time I fought dark spiders or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, all right, but he's so fucking serious in that one. Like, he's super serious in that one. And then Dark World, the Dark World, Thor: The Dark World.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thor
that one
2.
happened, and that's the most serious he's ever been.
Yeah.
And then he was gone for forever.
Then they had to
and
do
then
something.
and then you get
with
it,
him.
and then you get him in Infinity War and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Ragnarok, he's just such a goob. He's a moron, but he's still like a clever moron. You know, like more of a, I guess you'd call him more of an everyman kind of thing at that point.
Sure.
And then you get him into Infinity War and Endgame, and he's, you know, especially at the beginning of Endgame, he's fucking dark serious boy, and then all of a sudden he's just wacky-ish. And then in this one, he's just a fucking buffoon.
Yes.
He's a complete boob. And I was just like, and that's where my problem with Thor lies in the movies. I don't know what I'm supposed to think about Thor.
Sure.
Like, I was like, always go wacky. Sure, that could be fun. But he hasn't been that way. And it feels like he's the character that everybody just throws a different take at. And I don't know. Taika did not hit this time for me.
Yeah, I will say I watched Thor Ragnarok and this kind of back to back. He's the same in both. In fact, I think just some of the jokes are not as they're more out there and having nothing to do with what's going on. It was the Ragnarok was had much more direction than this movie. This movie is a little more, we're trying to get a bunch of stuff in here that's fun and not worrying about the plot so much, which is like, okay, that's a move, right?
Well, especially like
I didn't, and it was good to him go back to like kind of at least a baseline with Thor Ragnarok, because in Infinity War he was kind of more back to being serious.
Yeah.
And then in Endgame he was like, he was a joke and then was barely in the movie and had anything to do. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's a character I like, at least back to doing something that I've seen him do before, instead of being like the weirdest, since he's such a staple, he's been through so many directors and so many crossovers and stuff like that, that it's like I don't know which Thor is this, right? So at least this did feel like a sequel, but like a sequel, it was, let's do more of the same, but we're kind of running out of ideas here.
Let's do more of the same, but it's gonna be worse.
Yeah, we're running out of ideas
because it's too much. It's like Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a decent sequel to the first Ghostbusters, but not good.
I liked some of the I liked in this movie, I liked some of the stuff where he is trying to, since he gave it all up, right? He is trying to find that part of himself that hasn't been around for a long time, of like a leader and, you know, king of Asgard and things like that, and then failing, and maybe those jokes don't work so well, but at least I found it interesting that he was struggling with that identity, at least, because he had let it go for so long.
Yeah.
Because like with the Hela thing, it's like, who cares? Like, he just showed up because he had to. Right? Like, I'm like, sure, that all happened on Asgard, but at the end of the day, it was just so Hulk could like throw a thing.
I don't know. With me, it felt like he never really handled those issues. He just found something else to focus on. Like
sure.
He just jumped into work. It's kind of like how they just kind of breeze over Tony's crippling PTSD.
Yes.
Like, no, he just like decided to get to take the thing out of his chest.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but he has like deep-seated fucking mental issues, you know.
He's moved on.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. Look, his suit like rockets at him.
Yeah, yeah.
And in this one, it just was just like, oh, cool. I'll focus on this fucking albino weirdo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It is a sequel to that movie that's not as great, and plus the whole Marvel situation is very long in the tooth. Like, again, we shed a lot of praise on or what the fuck is it called? Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Much like the first Doctor Strange, I don't even remember what happened in that movie anymore. Like, it was like, I don't fucking remember anything about that movie.
I remember a good chunk of it, because I remember a lot of these movies, except the ones I don't remember anything about at all. Black Widow.
Yes.
Shang-Chi.
I remember most of Shang-Chi because I actually really think that's one of the best of the phase. That's a lot of people do. Phase of,
I know I'm in a very extreme minority on that one. And then there's another one.
There's one more, I don't know.
I don't remember. And then there was Multiverse of Madness, and
there was Spider-Man, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 True.
And that one, even Thor, I don't remember most of, except for the last part where everybody was together.
Well, it basically was like, we're Spider-Maning, and then everybody's together, and then they're like, we're gonna redo Spider-Man again.
Yeah.
Because the MCU is falling apart, and we don't want them to be too wrapped up in all the other characters.
Ooh.
It's true.
It kind of isn't. It's not.
Yeah, they want to make sure they can do standalone stuff. So if nobody remembers Spider-Man, then they don't have to be. Nobody has to hear the whole like, why don't they call Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So made his own suit, things like that.
Yeah. He's out there Spideying it up, and now we're probably gonna get another Spider-Man.
Yeah, because the next thing is probably gonna be space stuff, and if we have to see Spider-Man in space again, I think it's like, we've gone too far, guys. We've already gone too
I've
far.
heard that's all going to be a TV show, and it's going to focus on the TV show character.
I don't know. The thing is in most times we would know all this stuff, but we just don't care anymore.
No.
Like, if it's a movie I feel like seeing, or we'll see it for the podcast, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thor, I like Thor. The movie was perfectly fine. I enjoyed it. It didn't wow me like Thor Ragnarok because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
And then I was like, at least it was a contained Thor movie.
I just
Trying to think, there was nothing else really. There was nobody else in it, right? It was Thor and Thor characters.
Thor, Valkyrie, the Guardians.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fucking Guardians.
The Guardians were
yeah.
great. The Guardians are great. The theater people are back.
Yes, yes.
That was funny the first time.
they did it again.
It wasn't. It also kind of served to prove a point in in Ragnarok, and in this one, it was just like, remember the thing, and that was what a lot of it was.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think the implication there is kind of funny because it's like, wow, look at Asgard. It's so stupid with Loki in Loki running the show, and then it's like, wow, they're all still so stupid. They're like, no, we're keeping that part.
Yeah, well, like,
and also they must have all survived and got on that thing. And also, wait. All of this is falling apart. You're making me remember movies now.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, oh, they must have all got on the spaceship and left Asgard, and then I went, oh wait, but on top of that, fucking Thanos showed up and killed half of them anyway, so they were extra super lucky.
Oh yeah.
So it's a miracle they're still there. I will say that.
I liked,
and you know what? They deserve it if they went.
There's a whole lot of great ideas in this movie, and none of them are explored. I love that Asgard is like Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, or New Asgard is Disneyland, and Valkyrie is this put upon, I hate my life. This is the most boring thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah. And
she's clearly just drinking again. And I thought that we would get something about any of that, and we didn't.
Not in any meaningful sense. It was more like when shit went down, they were like, wait a minute, we're Asgardians. Fucking here we are playing stupid tourist destination. We should do something, but then they don't. They had a town meeting and then I think did something, but it must have been off camera or something. Like, because remember, the town did come together and try to form a plan.
They did, yeah. They did a couple
whatever,
like town councils, and Thor's like, "I've got this."
Tried to give a speech and did
Jane
bad.
Foster's like, "No, I've got this," and he's like, "We've got this."
Correct.
Jane Foster did not belong in this movie. Should have had her own movie because that was too dark a fucking. It didn't. It was so weird. Like he's just like, I'm an idiot, screaming goat.
It's
cancer.
It's,
you know?
It's a bizarre movie.
It's not good.
That is, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
see that, and that's the thing is, it's just I know a lot of people are really fucking pissed off about this movie, and a lot of people are getting really defensive about this movie.
Sure,
and I'm just like. It's just par for the course at this point, guys. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
it was. I mean, I've seen Thor 2.
I
don't know what everybody's getting upset about.
I said
I've
back
seen
in the
Black
day-
Widow. I've seen fucking. There's been so many shitty movies. I'm like, I had a fun time. It was kind of shitty. It's kind of stupid. It just had, it had nothing to do with anything. And I went, I like Thor and Taika Waititi telling stupid jokes and fun. And also, I enjoy people getting mad at like the idea of alien races reproducing differently than human beings and calling it woke and gay, which is like
he's a rockman.
The funniest thing I've ever heard.
He's a rockman. They hold hands over a fire pit, and then another rock comes out of it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a rock.
I'm pretty
person.
sure that's not how gay sex works.
Yes. There it is.
There it is. But he has a mustache.
I do. Yeah. Well,
and that's really fucking
Freddie
weird.
Mercury had a mustache, so
you know. It's a good mustache too. It's a solid mustache.
It's a solid mustache. It's an iconic.
It's probably
mustache.
a solid mustache. Ah,
got it. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's on Disney Plus. Just to watch it. I don't know. Fucking, it's fine.
It's not. but what? Yeah, the fucking do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, Josh didn't like it, and this is one of. I'm going to talk about this, Josh, and you're going to have to listen to me. Josh goes to movies angry and gets angrier because he goes to see them under the most ridiculous circumstances of all time, and then is like, "Fuck that movie." I mean, somebody was punching me in the face the entire movie, and I had to pee, but I didn't pee. And then he's like, but that movie sucked. Or he fell asleep halfway through it and then still talked about it on the podcast. Things like that. But I will say,
which one did I fall asleep at?
I'm going to tell you because we're going to get to. We're going to get to. I don't know if you know this. We get to put an end cap on that soon.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I didn't want to talk about that movie at all.
That being said, he's not wrong. But I will say the overall harshness of a typically okay made movie, because it's like, I don't know, Captain America wasn't in it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Old man Cap just coming in like, oh, hey, remember when we... I'm still trying to figure out, like, are Bucky and Falcon the only ones that know that he's a geriatric now? Has he died, too? Because everybody from the shows and everything, they're all talking about him in the past tense like he's just fucking dead. And I'm like, I feel like there should have been, like, a funeral.
Well, we know... Peggy's. Well,
we know Peggy's gone.
Well,
no, Peggy's gone. That? Peggy's gone.
Yeah,
that's kind of established or implied in Endgame.
Sure. Well, maybe he just walked into the fucking ocean. I don't know. Because couldn't he live to be like super old?
I feel like he wouldn't have looked as old as he did. He probably would have looked like a man in his.
Maybe
50s.
He was like.
Not a
also, I don't know why I came at Josh so hard like that.
Why? Why?
But I will say there is a core.
You're very defensive about this movie.
No, it's just fine at best. I will say that I enjoy it.
I can't give it a just fine, but it is definitely not the worst thing I've ever fucking seen.
But there is a serious.
I envy people that this is the worst movie they've ever seen.
Yes, correct. But there is a serious correlation to Josh giving me a hellacious retelling of things that went down at the theater and his enjoyment of a movie.
God, what one was that?
Well, this one and any Spider-Man movie. I've had problems going to Spider-Man movies as well. I
always get because we would go on fucking midnight release and everything, and the crazy dudes are out there and they're being fucking retards.
It's true.
It's the worst, dude. Well, I remember going to see fucking Civil War.
Yeah.
And that kid was just screaming and yelling for the whole movie. And anytime Peter Parker got on screen, he would scream and yell, but it was positive now. And then when the rest of the movie happened, he would scream and yell. This guy, I say kid, this guy was probably 21, 22 years old. And he's acting like, fucking grow the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm already not really liking this movie.
You were more positive on that one.
I wanted to like Civil War a whole lot, and even afterwards, I think I said I liked it, and the longer it's been, the more I'm like, man, that movie fucking blows, dude. Apart from Black Panther being incredible.
Yeah.
And then failing in his own movie. Fucking take that.
So I will say this, okay, because I wanted to give you shit like this movie does nothing. And I'm like,
no, I don't care that it does nothing and doesn't tie into anything. Fuck, I don't. At this point, what ties into what anymore?
Well,
dude?
that's what I was gonna say. As more time has gone on, I also am like, we've got this catalog of excellent movies, hit or miss on the way on this 10-year stretch, right?
Yeah.
And the more time goes on, I'm just kind of like, I just don't care. Some of them are fine. Well, some of them are like, I'm not going to get worked up at like what Marvel movies are the best.
No. And that's why I'm like, I didn't really like it. And at the time I was kind of annoyed by it, But then the longer it's gone, the more I'm just like, I don't fucking. That's why I was just like, don't. And then I was like, no, fucking do whatever you want. Who fucking cares, dude? Who fucking cares?
Josh is fully allowed not to like it, and I see his point. I also don't like. Thank
you for giving me permission.
Yes. No. I wanted to say I wasn't here trying to be like, don't listen to Josh. His opinion is stupid. No, I just did want. I feel like I need to point out if you told me some horror story from the theater, be like, keep that in mind, viewer, listener.
This next one wasn't even a horror story, dude.
This one.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
What the fuck was it? I don't like Guns N' Roses very much.
I don't either. Well, that was the one thing that I thought was going to be relatively important given the importance of Immigrant Song and everything from the other one.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just like, well, we had classic rock in the last one.
Yeah.
Let's see what Axl's going to say. You know? All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Fucking.
It was the one where I was just like, I remember saying, and I said it on the podcast, I think after Endgame, I'm fucking done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've been trying to hang on and try to enjoy these. And like, Multiverse was the only one that I was pumped about. And because it's a Sam Raimi movie and it delivered a Sam Raimi movie as much as Marvel will allow a Sam Raimi movie to happen.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it for what it was. But,
plus, I'm still into. Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But there are things from that I enjoy. There are characters there that haven't had their due and are doing other stuff and whatever else. Like everybody in this Thor movie, again, it's very contained and fucking yeah.
It's just I don't care that it doesn't tie into anything, and I don't care if it's just a pointless thing. I care that it felt fucking pointless. Like it felt like Taika didn't even want to fucking do it, honestly. Yeah. Where I was just like, this was a pointless movie. You made the mega bucks. They want you to do it again. Put some effort forth, dude. I know you can do better than this. I've seen Hunt for Wilder People. I've seen fucking Jojo Rabbit. And I mean, granted, he wasn't sole creator of those. He fucking created What We Do in the Shadow all by himself.
Yeah.
But even that, What We Do in the Shadows is a much better comedy than this movie is.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And yeah,
that's all I got. That's all I'm going to say about it, dude, is it was just like, to me, it just felt like a who gives a shit. And then because it felt like who gives a shit, I couldn't find anything to give a shit about.
I think it was either on the pod. I told you this in person for sure. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but I had said, I was like, I don't know, I'm watching these trailers for this Thor. I think I'm not going to like it. I think it looks kind of shitty. and
I was kind of positive on it. Yeah. I'm like, no, it looks pretty cool.
And then I was like, yeah, it was all right. So there you go, right? Watch out. I enjoy that Thor goofiness, although I will say this is definitely the end of this, right? If they do anything else with Thor, I think Taika has nothing to do with it. Might be another rebranding of Thor here, because this was pushing it, and they definitely cannot do this style of Thor again.
No, they can't.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, I will agree to that.
They need to take it back to like Infinity War and Endgame, where it's a good blend, or even the first Thor, where it's a fun blend of the two. Even Ragnarok is a fun blend of the wacky.
It has more. It has
structure,
more of that.
Some structure.
Agreed.
But yeah, dude, like. Yeah, it's these movies have by and large been a complete miss to me.
Yes, let's move on.
Can we move?
Yes, let's move on from the like that talking in circles about fucking the state of Marvel at the moment. It was better when we were talking about Morbius because it was stupid
and
nobody
so
fucking cares.
Fucking incredible. I loved Morbius. I loved Morbius. I didn't like this. What is wrong with me?
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay.
I think it's because that was made with every intention. Like, this is badass.
Yes.
And this, they were just like, all I made a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made another Thor. We signed him on for however many movies.
It's like
Here it
asylum
is.
movies versus genuinely bad movies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get what you're saying. Anyway,
anywho,
it was not the only thing out there trying to be, because everybody talks about like the movies are just for fucking Batman and the Marvel movies and bullshit anymore. There's one guy, Josh. There's a guy out there, Tom Cruise, who's like, I'm saving the movies.
I'm gonna save a blockbuster.
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that came out,
Let's
and
do it.
after much delay, it fucking came out.
Yeah, that came out. That's a great beginning to this movie, dude. Top Gun Maverick. That came out.
after much delay, but again, it did fucking
because
gangbusters.
it was supposed to be before COVID, right?
Dude, it was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like March 2020 or some shit
Jesus
like that.
Christ,
I forget.
Bad time, my guy.
Or Christmas 2019. It was delayed a very long time.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. They must maybe they went in there and perfected some. I mean, I would say some of the CGI, but most of this is practically shot.
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna say they really one of the pilots had a tummy ache. That's what took so long.
Yeah, true.
What'd you think?
I really like it. I think it was I think it delivered what I thought it would. Another Top Gun movie, but with much better action and much more focus on having a thrilling, action-packed, well-shot,
adventure,
cool aerial.
Well, times have changed.
Yeah, cool aerial fucking just
We're
fucking edge of your seat kind of action.
We're
shit.
not
That's-
just using stock footage
Yeah.
and blue screen of miniatures and
That's
shit.
actually that's actually like fucking impactful and cool and what I did not expect was that everything surrounding that was going to be the same movie the same movie, and then in just as dumb. Dumb.
Yeah, have that sea boot-itis where new people do the exact same things.
Exact same thing, but I am also there, and this is all oddly familiar.
Yeah.
And there's one or two things that make it a little different but I essentially have to go do the same thing.
Yeah.
That I did not expect. I expected that it was going to be like, they were like, wow, the first one was cheesy and stupid and this weird fucking melodrama shit that they would do, and then they were going to focus way more on the action stuff, and they did in terms of how they filmed it.
Yeah.
But then the movie itself was like, no, we have to have all the things people want in Top Gun. And I was like,
we gotta have shirtless sports on the beach.
Yeah, I thought they were going to reinvent Top Gun.
No,
and
they did. This was dogfight football.
Sure. I'm surprised that Tom Cruise was on board with that.
They probably thought it was a fun time.
Yeah, and he's probably just like, do I get to go in the cockpit?
Yeah,
do
as
I
long
get
as I
to
get to
do
fly
this?
the plane, I
Yeah,
don't care.
whatever.
Yeah, let's be honest. This is all just his weird, never-ending midlife crisis.
Yeah. What did you think, Josh? Because that's my overall thing. I think the good 100% outweighs the bad, and it comes out to a above average cool movie. But what did you think?
It definitely felt like a blockbuster from days of yore.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big Top Gun fan. As weird as that may sound to some people listening to this, I am a very large Top Gun fan. That movie is fucking dumb, and it's big action, and the plot is so dumb, and I love it. I've always loved jets and planes and all that stuff, and I love jets landing on aircraft carriers. It's awesome to me. I love that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on in this one, and it's better because you feel like you're flying with these guys. The way they film them flying the jets and everything, it's incredible. I love the way that they did it. I love that it's all practical. You feel the speed and everything, and it's awesome.
I found myself doing this number.
Dude, no. There were times where I was like,
I'm ducking and diving.
Diving, and I'm just like, they're trying to pull up, and I'm in my chair like,
holding on,
back, trying to pull up the chair. No, I loved all of that. But and this is when I thought the guy that made Mission Impossible was directing the movie.
That's what I thought too. I guess he just produced it.
The one thing that I didn't like about it was kind of the same thing that you're talking about, where it's like it's a sea boot, so you get all the same stuff, but they introduce all these young new pilots, and one of them is Goose's kid. And then there's Steve or Bob or whatever
Bob.
And you get fucking psychopath, homicidal maniac Hangman.
Yes.
Who everybody thinks is great. And I'm just like, did you watch the movie? The man's out of his fucking mind. He's going to kill one of his people at some point. That man thirsts for blood. He's out of his mind. And then lady pilot, I can't remember her name, but she was pretty cool too. But that's the thing, is it's like I don't really remember them because they weren't characters. They were just plot devices for Tom Cruise to maneuver around.
Yes.
And I didn't like that. I wanted to get more of the Top Gun school angle, and we didn't get a lot of that. We just got Tom Cruise being all broody and then going and hanging out with Jennifer Connelly.
Yes.
And like, honestly, that felt like an unnecessary plot. Jennifer Connelly is an excellent actress, and she is underutilized in this movie. And even if she had been there, like, don't make him connecting with a girl that we've never heard of before the main plot point. Like, the main plot point is supposed to be him and Rooster, like, coming to fucking terms with Goose's death, and like, dude, your mom told me to protect you, and shit like that. 'Cause fucking Meg Ryan's dead too, apparently.
Yeah, two parents, both dead.
Yeah, two parents. To shot at two parents, missed both.
Yep.
Why do we trust him to do this mission? No, I wanted more. And I'm not asking for it to be like this, I'm not looking for Whiplash or anything like that. I was looking for more of the young pilots doing stuff and they're undertaking this crazy Star Wars mission.
Yes.
And fucking, it's Star Wars. They got fucking
there's a trench
and then
against the enemy.
Yeah, against the enemy. We all know it's
fucking
English.
Yes, we all know it's our oldest enemy.
The oldest enemy.
English.
The British.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't that be great though? For once, since like the fucking 50s and 40s, where we're instead of just Germans and Russians and Chinese people and random fucking Middle Eastern country that
right.
made up a stand.
Yeah, exactly.
We're fighting the British or the French. Like,
that's the future fucking dystopia I want to see.
Right, right. Where England's just getting uppity again. Brexit, they took it too serious.
You know what you're reminding me of right now, Josh? You're reminding me of a young Ryan.
Oh, here
and
we
he
go.
was no, hang on, no. I'm saying I can relate to this. I've seen Top Gun one time. I remember I remember it somewhat. I was the perfect candidate for a sea boot, right? People who are very involved in Top Gun or like very, very fond of it. I could see them being disappointed by the lack of sequel and more sea boots. Now, let me tell you about a young Ryan. He watched a movie called Tron Legacy.
Oh,
and it was
was my fault.
And it was an amazing movie, and it still is. I still really, really enjoy it.
Awesome.
And then I watched...
That's one of the first movies we ever talked about.
And it's one of the first Disney sea boots, as it were.
Yeah. I think didn't that happen? That was before JJ was
doing shit. It was before they went all in with Star Wars or Jurassic World.
Star Trek.
It was the first one that and then I watched Tron, which is also an amazing movie, and I went, wow, Tron Legacy is a really shitty sequel to Tron.
Yeah.
But on its own, I think is really cool. And had you not rewatched, first of all, if you were not such a big fan of Top Gun and had not rewatched it and stuff, some of those things, those flaws are still there, no doubt.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have, I think they wouldn't have hurt you so bad.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't feel any of that like.
Well, it's like
you should have done more Top Gun stuff because I was hoping to get away from. I was surprised. I mean, the movie's called Top Gun, but I was surprised we spent that much time doing Top Gun shit. But we're on different sides of that.
I guess I don't know. I was kind of hoping for a Blade Runner 2049. Of course not. It was never going to be.
It was never going to be that.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Don't misunderstand me.
I get what you're saying. Like
where we flesh a little bit more out and give time to other people, and maybe Maverick's just there fucking as just an instructor, but it is called Top Gun Maverick. I get it,
Yes, right.
But at the same time, balance it out. Give me more of these new kids, and definitely don't at the 9th hour of the movie be like, oh, but the only one that can do it is the one who's trying to teach them. It's fucking, are you fucking for real? Like, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen because it's that fucking movie and it's Tom fucking Cruise.
Yes.
So I'm just like, well, when is he going to end up flying? Okay, here it comes. But at the same time, it just sucked to know that
shouldn't Hangman have been like fucking like hurt or something, right?
Yes.
And then he had to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to get knocked out or something. Like a fucking the nerd Bob, but maybe he got fucking blowed up or something, and he couldn't do the mission. Nope.
Which
they're just all in their fucking meeting, waiting to hear like, well, you guys all suck, you're out. And he comes in and he's just like, no, you're all gonna be my wingman anytime. And I was just kind of like, oh man,
whatever.
But at the end, I still fucking liked the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. I just was disappointed by how stagnant, I guess. It felt, dude. Apart from the action, dude, where it was just kind of like, yeah, this is the way I knew it was gonna go.
Yeah.
And it's
a little bit. I think we're both feel the same about the movie itself, but definitely I think our expectations were a little different.
Yeah. And I don't chalk that up to being a Top Gun fan. I chalk that up to
I expected more from you, Top Gun.
That's so and I know that's why I don't like talking about it, because like you've asked me a couple times, like yeah, man, I really liked it, and I'm like, cool, man, so did I, and I've kept my mouth shut about it because it sounds stupid to say out loud. I expected story and characters from Top Gun Maverick. I remember, oh god, fucking this lady. Okay, we're getting ready to watch the fucking movie. Mm-hmm. Showing the trailers, and they showed a trailer for that movie. I don't even know if it ever came out, that Smile movie.
I think it just came out.
Where everybody's sitting there grinning all big. And this dude behind me goes, what the fuck was that? And this lady goes, oh, they've run out of ideas. Hollywood has no new ideas. And the guy goes, lady, you're in a Top Gun sequel, right? And everybody laughed at his joke. And it was the fucking really good, dude. And then she got all like, I'm just here for Val Kilmer. And I was just like, you are going to be
disappointed.
Very disappointed. That's the one big complaint I'll give in that movie. I don't think that they should have rolled him out.
I mean, he's capable of making.
I know
he
is, dude. I don't know. Part of me is just like, oh man, don't do that. He's in bad shape. Let him be.
Like he can't talk.
But apparently he was into it.
He really. I think he really wanted to be in it.
I'm glad that he was there.
And I like that.
But at the same time, part of me felt uncomfortable. But I like that.
It made sense for instead of him just being like,
we can't talk to Tom Skerritt.
Yeah, it made sense since he's like, I'm just still doing the same old thing. It's like, fucking Iceman fucking helping him out because he'd had his shit together. Yeah. Feels bad for him.
And that's why I get mad about the Hangman comparison to Iceman all the time. Where I'm just like, no, Iceman had his shit together. Iceman was cold and calculating. That's why his name was fucking Iceman. Hangman's a fucking psychopath.
Hangman was still a dick at the end, right? Like he still was just like, they let me blow that guy up, saved your ass, dummy.
I did really, 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 really love, and I know it was fan servicey, but I loved the Tomcat dogfights.
Yeah.
That was dope as shit. Especially since a Tomcat, F-14 Tomcat fucking sucks.
In terms of action movies, like the last 30 minutes of this movie is probably as good as it gets in terms of thrilling, very engaging film. Like it's crazy.
Well, I love the stories, the behind the scenes stories of like fucking Miles Teller fucking. He had the camera in the wrong spot and fucking they were throwing up and shit like that. He had the because they were filming and had to do their own makeup.
Yeah, and do all their own shit. Yeah.
One of them I think it was Miles Teller hit himself in the face with the camera in one, dude. And they were like almost throwing up while they're trying to do it and deliver their lines and put their fucking makeup on their face. That's incredible, dude. That's awesome. I love that they rolled out 2-seater fighters for this.
Yeah.
For that. And it adds so much more than somebody just sitting in a stagnant scene and we're doing like weird close-ups and like suddenly somebody moves a stick, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
cut to stick moving.
yeah. No, they're really filming the actual pilots doing the shit, but it looks like, you know, it's fucking awesome.
It's good. Yeah, it's good shit.
It's an incredible achievement, and like I said, it felt like an old school blockbuster and one of the good old school blockbusters. I was glad that it happened. And I was glad that I watched it.
Yeah, for sure. It didn't let me down, but yes, its shortcomings are that you've pointed out are absolutely true. I think it's just to the degree of what you expect from Top Gun is going to make that how much it matters, right?
Yep.
And I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, no, I know.
I
dude,
think-
you are weirdly sensitive
I
today.
think. Well, we're not normally this split on 2 movies in a row.
That's very true.
Not that we're not.
I was gonna say, I feel like
split.
we're more in line on this one than we were on Thor.
Which, like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, who fucking cares?
That's what I'm saying.
We shouldn't even talk about Thor, but we had to because I'm going to name this episode Thorbin Summer. I went out of my dude.
I've had this pun in my mind for fucking a month and a half.
Planning this. But yeah, I'm not making fun of you because I think just as I noticed what that movie was going to be, I like all of the things where I thought maybe it was going to be an elevated movie, like kind of washed away. And I was just sucked into the action and went like, yeah, Miles Teller's fucking stupid. Who cares?
I don't even want it to be elevated. I just wanted it to focus somewhere else.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. If you're going to do both, try to do both well.
Well, if you're going to dedicate a whole scene to him sitting there watching his new students come walking in and you get all their names and there's this exposition dump about each of them,
right?
You'd think that there would be some more of them.
Yeah.
But nope, he's got to go ride his motorcycle over to have dinner with Jennifer Connelly and here's a kid that may or may not be their kid, you know?
Yeah. That was, whatever. A lot of helmetless motorcycle riding for her caring about her kids so much.
Right. Well, Maverick just brings out the rebel in her.
True. She can't help it.
She knows she's in good hands.
Yes, right.
On that Kawasaki Ninja. I think it's a Kawasaki Ninja. I can't remember what he rides.
Fucking Ducati. I don't know. Thinking of
The
Tron.
Matrix.
I'm thinking of Tron.
No, in Matrix they rode the last one. I think they rode Keanu Reeves' bikes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because he's got his own company.
He's got his own thing. Fucking Top Gun Maverick.
Great time. Watch it.
Definitely go ahead and buy or rent that.
For sure.
I think that's one you can always pop on.
I think it's on HBO right now.
Is it?
I'm not sure.
I know for sure you can rent it, or buy it digitally. But I saw that
you want to watch it.
I saw that one in
Please
the
watch it. It's a great movie.
in the drive-in, and I wished that I had seen it in like a proper IMAX.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, the sound mixing in that is when they kick in the afterburners and everything, you feel like you're going like I a couple times felt like I was supposed to go boo in the back of my seat, you know, like because it like hit me, you know, and I was like, oh, speed, you know, it was. That movie, I felt weird about that movie. It sounds stupid saying it out loud, but like I had like physical reactions to watching that movie.
No, I did too. That's what I was saying. I'm like doing.
Yeah,
I found myself doing this
yeah.
number. Yeah, fucking like holy shit. Yeah, great. Check that one out. That's a good one. Now, Josh, as I said before, so we're gonna move on to yet another. I think I teased we were gonna go from like worst.
You called it a Tom Cruise sandwich.
Yes, I did. But I think I never got
which
around.
you have to like if Tom Cruise is the patty.
Yeah,
I'm assuming or the lettuce.
So
what kind of sandwich are we making?
Okay, well it's a Tom Cruise sandwich. So the Thor, what the Love and Thunder is like you had 2 pieces of bread left. Okay. And he had one like like pretty good, maybe a little expired.
Yeah, a little
like,
stale.
Like,
it was the last last slice in the bag to both
yeah,
heels.
Yeah. But no.
Oh.
No. Thor is like the heel that like, and then it's a little crusty. It is what it is. Everybody's you've touched it a bunch of times getting to the good bread.
Yeah.
And now it's in there, and you're like, ooh. But, and then you have Tom Cruise. It's like a slightly expired but very good cut of ham.
Yes.
Put that right in the middle.
All right.
And then we're topping it off with behind that heel, Josh, was a very good 10 grain. It's still nice and fresh.
You had a little money.
Yeah. Piece of bread right on top, and it's got it's got mustard on it.
Oh, son bitch. Man, I'm hungry, man. Don't fuck with me like that.
And that is Prey, the Hulu original.
Well, we're
movie.
forgetting.
What am I forgetting?
The dinosaur movie.
Oh, fuck.
The giant bug movie.
I thought we only had 3 movies to talk about.
No, you've been saying it all day. Well, since you got up here.
We'll talk about Prey in a minute.
We'll talk about Prey. Yeah, we need to end on Prey.
Yes.
Can we please end
That's
on
what
Prey?
I wanted to do.
Okay.
Fuck me. Rewind.
So it's a sandwich. So it's
a
the
sandwich,
heel.
and now we're getting it's 3 breads. It's a club.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We're gonna put another heel right in the middle.
So see what we got. What we got here is a nice crisp piece of lettuce on the crappy piece of bread. But it really offers nothing of real value. It's just there for some nice moist crispness.
I really wanted to talk about this fucking movie, and I can't believe I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And now I'm mad, not because we're talking about it, but because I forgot, and my energy had switched from talking about bad stuff.
Yeah. And the point is, Ryan, it's now we've got this expired, worn out tofurkey.
Okay.
You had it in the fridge. You meant to eat it around Christmas, Thanksgiving time. You need a sandwich.
I feel
you don't have any real.
Now
good
that it's
turkey.
4, now that we're talking about 4 movies, my sandwich thing has really.
No. I saved it. I fixed it.
I've lost interest in it. I don't want to explain it anymore. Jurassic World Dominion. Dominion. Oh, Josh.
Oh, Ryan.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Yet another contentious movie on the Mighty Movie Pod.
You know what? I thought we were through it, but here we go.
No, here we go.
What did you think of Jurassic World Dominion?
It was one of the most boring, long, stupidest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. And normally I would be able to find some kind of joy to derive out of this. I tried. I really wanted to. There are things that I like. I like the dinosaurs causing havoc and people driving cars, and it's just like, here comes the fucking brachiosaur.
Yes.
That's dope. Oh man, there's a herd of ankylosaurus. But there's a fucking flock of seagulls flying around, and this pterodactyl's just like, wait for me. And I'm like, no, that pterodactyl swoops down and eats 7 of them. I mean, pterodactyls were mainly fed on fish, I think. But, oh my God. Oh God. He's just fucking doing the hand thing. And fucking
every character.
Every character does the hand thing.
Every character does the hand thing.
Everybody does the weird dinosaur Jedi mind trick.
It's like fucking Knocked Up, where everybody says something about Martin Starr's beard by the end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, I don't know what was with this movie, Josh, is so fucking bad. And it was jarring at first. At first, I was mad. I was pissed off because talk about expectations being off. I was like, dude, fucking dinosaurs living among people, they're just everywhere now. This is gonna turn how will humanity survive? And they're like, we just look at them while they're doing shit. Really, we're dying because corporate greed.
Because corporate greed created gigantic bugs.
And I was like, what? And then they're like, we're trying to herd them all into a reserve. It's not a park, Jurassic Park. It's a Jurassic Reserve.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're really not going to go back to another fucking park?
Yeah.
Holy shit. What? And then I realized, wow, they couldn't even execute on an idea they set up in the last one.
Nope.
And then just made the worst movie they could think of,
Yep.
but got the original cast back in. It is so funny. I laugh. Like, once I was angry. Once that went away, not only that, Josh, I found out I did not watch the extended version. I watched the regular version.
Yeah, there's like a 3-hour version or something like that? Yeah.
I found out that like there is stuff that makes it, again, kind of like the Batman versus Superman thing. Better is in quotations here.
I was going to say, because we watched only the better one,
Yes.
and it was still a steaming pile of crap.
But apparently that makes things better and less stupid, and yet they were like, no, put the stupid one out, which I agree, which like is great. So once I realized that it was not the movie I expected and it was fucking awful, I started going, well, okay, well, let's see how bad this gets. It is so fucking bad. It was
I would have been
comically bad.
I would have been able to get on board with that if it hadn't gone on for so long. It felt so long, and for a while I was just like, they had nothing for Alan Grant to do.
No.
He's just is Sam Neill lost? He's just wandering around.
Yeah.
Like, did he not remember? Is Sam
He
Neill in
wandered
trouble?
out from the Thor set, and he
Yeah.
just wandered on over
Yeah,
there.
and
And
they
then
were
he's
just like, "Oh, hey, you want to be in this?" He's like, "Oh, sure. Hey, maybe we could get everybody else, I guess."
Yeah.
You know, like.
Um,
Like Jeff Goldblum served no purpose.
No.
He was just there to be Weird Ian Malcolm, which he's just weird Jeff Goldblum
Yes.
all the time now.
And then I thought, I think they're doing this on purpose. And again, everybody's doing the hand thing. They're fucking. At what point? Okay, so like, here's what I want to know. You get lasered, right? And
Yeah.
the fucking the raptors after you.
Yeah.
Even when the laser's not shining on you, they remember. That was the guy with. I'm like, I imagine
'Cause they caught the
Chris
sand.
Chris Pratt is sitting at home. It's 2 years later. He's at home. All of the shenanigans are done, and just the fucking raptor blasts through the door. Like, when do they stop? Because he's on a motorcycle. Like, at a certain point, when the raptor be like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right. No, they're Terminators.
And then when they first get out, him and his friend are doing the hand thing, and then I'm like, this is it's so fucking stupid. And then Bryce Dallas Howard's just like, anybody, where is my daughter? And just like, that's all she's doing is talking to anybody who will listen and being just like frantic.
this is another
He's
movie
hurting.
that had-
He's like hurting. Fucking Chris Pratt's barely in the movie, which I think is also very funny.
Yeah.
He's in the movie, but he doesn't say much.
No.
Or do much.
No, he really doesn't do anything.
He has a part with a new character.
The cartoon character.
Yeah, she's like
fucking Lady Baloo from
Yeah.
Tailspin.
I was gonna say she's like fucking Launchpad McQuack.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just call her Lady Baloo because she's clearly flying the Sea Duck.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Oh God, dude! I was just like, why are you dressed like a 1945
I
fucking
don't
fighter
know.
pilot? You know,
And the plane is so big that set, like when it's a spaceship
No.
like the Millennium Falcon, it
Yeah.
makes sense. But they were like, no, it's a fucking aircraft that's got tons of room and four
the
seats
cargo
up
bay
there.
is so huge, and then
Yeah.
you see the plane on the outside, and you're like, you can't get that much crap in there.
No, it was
Look how big that cockpit is.
it was bizarre. So
Yeah.
then we have that going on, and all the while, the returning characters from Jurassic Park are doing nothing.
nothing.
They're getting talked to by people. There's
Steve Jobs has a lot to say.
yeah, Tim Apple, fucking, which, dude, it blew my mind. You said you've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah.
He looks so close to Tim Cook. I don't know. What are they trying to say? What is Apple doing that's getting Colin Trevorrow so pissed off?
They didn't give him a free iPhone.
Right? I'm like,
He's really pissed off about the phone
of
jack
all the
thing.
corporations, does he just think that more people know who Tim Cook is and have seen him and that it will resonate. Because, like,
well, dude, that's like a thing now with every fucking movie where there's an evil corporate guy. 9 times out of 10, it's always the guy in the blue jeans and the black turtleneck and the fucking glasses. He looks like Steve Jobs or fucking some Apple person. You know? They never look like a sleaze bag from fucking BP oil or anything like that.
And I'm like, or go with fucking like fucking Facebook, right? Or
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg or
well, fucking speaking of Batman, Superman, they went that way with
that's true with Lex.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if that correlation was intentional or if it's just because it's Jesse Eisenberg. Or was Jesse Eisenberg cast because he was like, oh, I've seen that fucking Social Network.
But it's so weird that the corporate sleaze angle came from like they took the CEO of a technology company.
Well, maybe that's what it is because it's like Biosyn.
Yeah, but then
Biosyn. Talk about a fucking on the nose name,
yes,
dude.
Right.
Biosyn. Why didn't you call it Biosynth? Because it sounds sinister. Jesus Christ.
They're walking around getting talked to, and all the while they're like, "We gotta find our daughter," and then she's just like, "I am here now." My mom, again, dude, if you want to talk about getting upset, my mom reproduced asexually. She literally need no man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying that, shout outs to, I think he's gone now, Dan Stevens I will say his name as many, I don't give a shit. On Google Play reviews, he always talks about these woke. Every movie with a woman on the cover is woke, by the way.
Yeah, I love that.
And guy. He says, "Yeah, I don't need no man." So he has to be livid about her fixing her own genetic problems and having a clone baby of herself.
Yeah, she just like a weird Marvel Comics character. She just keeps making herself over and over.
Yes, again. It has nothing to do with anything else happening. Apparently, that knowledge will help them get rid of the problem they created.
Yeah.
But that's not interesting.
No.
There's dinosaurs. I don't care about locusts and fucking up making some stupid locust thing.
They're eating all the corn.
And it sounds like I'm angry. But all of this was making me laugh because all the while, fucking Chris Pratt's grabbing dinosaurs by the throat and being like, "You don't get, yeah!" and fucking, or fucking, they crash on ice and they're fucking running from a guy and then like trying to do one-liners and it's awful. And Bryce Dallas Howard's just like, again, frantically like, "I'm surrounded by dinosaurs, but I gotta get to my daughter."
I think the only part of the movie that I found compelling at all was when she like swims into the water, and that thing just is like, it's a good shot.
Yeah, it's good.
Colin Trevorrow is a good filmmaker. These are not good films.
I agree. I think. Well, and apparently he just came out and was like, "I think they probably should have only ever made one Jurassic Park movie." And it's like, bro, you made 3 of them.
Yeah, you did this.
You were part of this problem. Yeah. You made 3 of the 6.
That's like when everybody came out after fucking Rise of Skywalker and was just like, "Oh yeah, we knew it was crap." And it's like, dude, what the fuck did you do? You know,
dude, Colin Trevorrow.
My bad.
Trevorrow. I don't know how. Yeah, I've heard everybody say Trevorrow. Should have made Rise of Skywalker
in anything
because
other than these.
It would have been bad and stupid instead of fucking stupid and awful and nothing.
Yeah.
I would have preferred it to be an awful bad mess like
just
this.
A big like, "Hey, you fucking Twitter nerds, are you happy now?"
We thought of nothing, so we just did stuff that we thought people would like. Oh, nobody likes it? Well, fucking whatever.
We tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
So this, why was the scope so broad when they set up the premise at the last one, called it Dominion, show dinosaurs living in the real world, and we have to, for some reason, go to a reserve, which is another fucking park.
It's not a park. It's a science research facility. They're there to monitor.
and bring all these characters together to run from dinosaurs in confined areas. Say nothing of significance to one another.
No.
They meant nothing to anybody.
No one said anything of any significance.
It was just See,
I'm having a good time talking about it right now.
Yeah,
but
at
at the time, I was
every
just
turn.
like, oh, God.
At every turn, they have an interesting idea, completely failed to do anything with it.
Yep.
Put in, dude, his shots and stuff like that, some of the sequences are pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how he was directing the actors. Everybody was talking like dire.
It felt like
dire and serious about everything.
Well, and it's a lot of like people just walking together talking. It felt a lot like prequel shit, dude.
Like when the dude who was like in cahoots with he's like, I'm here to help you. Get on the fucking hyperloop.
Yeah,
Get on
yeah,
the
yeah.
hyperloop, right?
Yeah.
He's like, this whole time, so you found the thing, blah blah. But he's just like, yeah, I hope you make it out of here. And it's like and I'm like, there's dinosaurs running around. There's flying flaming locusts, and like nobody knows what's happening. Like what is the direction of these actors? It's because like I said, Bryce Dallas Howard was the only one doing anything, but it was all the same frantic lady stuff.
Yeah.
Grant and what's her face, fucking Laura Dern and Sam Neill, right?
Ellie Sadler and Alan Grant.
They were like, well, we're friends.
They
Oh
were
no! Do you think that this? I don't know. Okay, well, I got to do something. Okay, and they did that about 5 times, and then they were like, "There's a girl now," and she's like, "I'm the girl everybody's looking for," and I was like, oh my God. Nobody knows what movie they're in. Not a single person knows what fucking movie they're supposed to be in.
Yes.
And they're going to come together and we're supposed to be like, wow, dude, these two great fucking A and B plots are going to come together and they're both going to
see the new and the old.
You know what they did? Climb a ladder and open a door. That's like what they got together to do. And then they had...
I laughed. I don't mean to stop you mid-rant, but that was the one scene that I laughed loud at, was when the fucking dinosaur like fucking jaws a life to the fucking ladder while she was in there. I was like, oh no. Clang! And then it's like, yeah. It's just like,
it's
what?
It's the deluxe fuck.
The
Gigantamaxosaurus.
Yeah, it's the deluxe fuckosaurus, dude.
Yeah.
That thing fucking...
And then this is what
you don't even really see it, and then when you finally see it against the T-Rex, you're like, it's like the same fucking size.
And then this part of the movie of all times is when they decided to bring in Remember Jurassic Park imagery, stuff with the Jeep, stuff with
no, because they did it in the first one.
No, I'm saying at this point in the movie is when they decided to start bringing it in, and I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
Well, because the park was,
because now everybody's in everything's going to shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you remember from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
Like, we're at the 2-hour mark, guys.
Yeah.
It has no substance. It's hilarious. It's the most enjoyable Jurassic World film, like by a long shot. The last one, I don't
even remember the last one, honestly.
Dude. They went to the.
I remember they go to the mansion.
No. They go back to the island. Fucking Chris Pratt does the hand thing like for 1 second. Then they're like, "Fuck you guys" and shoot them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh my God, they're taking all the dinosaurs. We're so stupid." Go to the mansion.
Then
Velociraptors.
it's a Resident Evil movie.
Shit's getting out. We got to get this girl. Fucking shit. We're driving in our car and now dinosaurs are everywhere. Fucking movie over.
Yeah.
And Justice Smith was at least in that one doing something. In this one, he's like, I work for Homeland Security now. I know where your daughter is for some reason.
Well, because apparently nobody liked him in the last one. So they tried to get rid of his character and the other...
Daniela
girl.
Panabaker, I think is her name. She was in the Netflix Cowboy Bebop. Anyway. She was, yeah.
Oh yeah, she played Faye. That's right.
Yeah.
You know what fucks that show up?
What?
The fact that it's called Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, sure, yes.
If that show had
And
just
also,
been its own thing,
Well, and also the fact
That
that
would have been a pretty dope show.
they do Cowboy Bebop, which I was expecting them to.
Well, and what's funny is they have the Cowboy Bebop anime on there.
Yeah.
Just watch the fucking anime.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do their own thing.
No.
That was, yeah.
That's another thing.
Jurassic World, man. It is.
Yeah.
I know it's funny. Everybody's very disappointed in this one. And I'm like, the last two were so forgettable.
Yeah.
This one, I remember everything that happened because it was so nonsensical. Whoever wrote this movie, like, what the fuck were they thinking? And then the direction of all the actors is fucking bizarre.
Dude, all of the original characters feel like elongated scenes of that one scene in Batman Begins that I always make fun of, where it's just like, if it goes a little further, it's gonna blow.
It's gonna blow.
If it gets over the water main is gonna blow. If they go here, the pressure's gonna build and it's gonna blow. It was just that.
Yeah.
For fucking 2 hours with them.
And like, I know we and the
okay,
internet
and Ryan was busting my balls. I did fall asleep in this fucking movie. I fell asleep in this movie. I got up to take a leak. I came back, and it took me a long time to go back in there and sit back down. But Christina had paid for the tickets, and I didn't want to be a dick and leave her alone in there.
Yeah. Dude, we gotta get him. We gotta get back on a more normal schedule here, man. I don't know what's going on here. I gotta psych you up before you go into the movie or something. No, it's fucking awful, but I loved it because.
No, I was intrigued going in. I was like, well, they've been all right.
That's the thing. Everybody's so disappointed in this one. And I'm like, I guess because they're like, wow, those characters are coming back. They must be doing something big. And then it's like the worst rambling, weird fucking movie I've ever seen. And I'm like, that's cool. Because like I was talking about with Uncharted, it's just whatever. Who cares?
No, because they had said that they were coming back. And I remember being like, oh, okay, but none of the trailers had shown them really doing anything. And then when I saw the trailers of them doing stuff, I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I have a doubt, And I was right. I was right.
I could only imagine having to sit in a movie theater and watch this. I was at home, maybe having a beer or two and just like, oh my God. But my initial reaction was like, I'm mad. Like, this is a level of bad I was not expecting. And then like, as time went on, I went, well, wait a minute. Like, this is Jurassic World. I'm like, the best it's ever been is like, well, that's fine. I was like, so you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. And it just made me laugh from there.
Yeah, dude. Like, and it wasn't even that I was mad. I was just kind of like, oh God, this is so long.
Yeah.
This is so long. I don't know how much more I can do with this. I don't know how much more I can put up with it from this. I'm going to go back. And then as soon as I walked back in, I think Alan Grant was like, who? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. And Ellie's like, Alan, you're gonna miss the train. And he was just like, whoa.
Was it like a weird?
Why is it a weird, wacky old people comedy?
Yeah, Indiana Jones reference too, which I'm like, what the fuck is that about? Oh, the hat.
And then you get the Scooby-Doo noise while he tries to run.
Jeff Goldblum's like, I found the gate. And they're like, you son of a bitch. We were going to get attacked by mine raptors. That we were after their treasure.
It turns into the Goonies and becomes an infinitely better movie, but there's dinosaurs.
Yeah, or skip. Yeah, there's so much. There's too much in this movie.
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous. And you know what? That made it okay by me.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad you found a way to rise above, dude.
Again, like, look how much I have to say about this. I'm talking here like he's being too mean on Thor. It's pretty good. I didn't have shit to say about Thor. Jurassic World Dominion. That's where the conversation.
That's where the ire
is.
Was. Yeah. And you were just like, oh, I just want to talk about Prey.
Yeah. I just wasn't ready.
No.
I wasn't ready.
I caught you off guard by reminding you of the evil you wanted to let loose into the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe what happened was I forgot about Top Gun. And then as time went on, I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about Top Gun. Yeah. Anything.
No, it's super funny. You do that a lot where we sit down and you're like, we're going to talk about this and this and this. And then you forget as soon as you hit record.
Luckily, we should be back more on a schedule and I can stop. We don't have to talk about 5 or 6 movies in 2 episodes.
Right.
So, and the good news is, Josh, no movies are coming out.
Yeah.
So we don't even have to talk
we
about
have nothing
movies.
to look forward
Yeah,
to.
we can just talk about She-Hulk every episode. Every
We'll do a breakdown of every episode of
She-Hulk.
Andor,
Yes.
the She-Hulk.
Andor has made me the angriest man in the world
Save it.
because it's so goddamn good and it has no right to be.
Save it. Save it. I agree. Save it.
All right, we're saving it. We're moving on. That's it. Jurassic World Dominion. It's on. I think that is on
That is on
HBO or something.
Yeah, it's on something.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
You have to. You just have to know. Yeah, and watch the extended one. I guess. I don't know. It seems like more bad. So
Oh
that's
God,
good.
I could not imagine watching a longer version of that movie.
I might watch it.
You know, but you know what? You know what? I also said I could not imagine watching a longer version of Justice League. And
Sure.
that movie
And that
was
was
pretty
better.
fucking badass.
Yeah, it was better and borderline good.
It borderlined on very good for me. I really enjoyed that movie. The longer I've thought about Zack Snyder's Justice League, the more I'm just like, I'm glad we got that. No, we don't need to keep going.
Yeah, I think we're just.
I'm just glad that we got that. I really liked that. When
Yeah.
is oh God, isn't that fucking Black Adam coming out?
Oh, Black Adam should be out soon. Or did it already come out?
No.
No.
I don't have my phone. Otherwise, I'd look it up.
Right. I feel like I would have saw. It's gonna be playoff baseball time here pretty soon.
Yeah.
If I see ads for it, I'll
My least favorite time of the year to
Yes.
deal with you. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be busy.
You're going to be angry.
I'm gonna be busy.
You're going to be an emotional roller coaster. And I don't know if I want to be there for it.
Okay, we gotta get this episode. We gotta get this 2-parter out the door.
Yes. Let's wrap this B.
We need to talk about Prey
Yes.
because it's good.
Prey is awesome.
I, Josh, don't care about Predator. I saw the Shane Black. It's on. We talked about it on this podcast.
I'm still convinced that he was just like, fuck with me.
It was
fine.
a joke of a movie, right? Because especially as more shit came out, that was not the movie that they initially made.
No, and
they
wasn't
reshot
even,
half the movie.
And it wasn't even the initial movie that Shane Black wanted to make. There were so many production notes in it, dude. I really think that he was just like, fine, it's retarded now. Yes. You like it?
And I kind of did.
I fucking love that movie.
But it's really
so
fucking bad.
It's so bad.
I haven't even seen The Predator.
You've never seen the first Predator?
I
thought I showed you the Predator.
I basically just know what happens.
Yeah,
right?
it's osmosis at this point because
Yeah.
it's such a cultural.
What you, as somebody who knows Predator,
Yeah.
what were you expecting from this movie, and what did it give you, and what do you like about it, Josh?
I had low expectations.
Okay.
I was intrigued by the historical setting. I'm a huge sucker for any kind of horror or fucking dark magic or fucking little bit sci-fi maybe set in a time period other than modern day or any time where fucking a repeating gun has been created.
Yeah. Or a walkie-talkie.
Or a walkie-talkie. Yeah. Or any kind of long-range communication or motorized vehicle. So seeing that it was going to be, early colonial period America, I was immediately like, what's that? But speaking of which, just a random recommend. There is a movie I feel like it's a little underappreciated called The Burrowers, and it's It's a horror movie set in the Old West. It's a little corny, fun, but kind of creepy. It's cowboys going out to find out what's going on out in the area surrounding their town. People are going missing, and what it is there's these underground monsters grabbing people under, and it's fucking, again, I like Ravenous is one of my top 5 horror movies. That's a horror movie set in fucking the American Indian War. That's not the one.
But yes,
you get the one.
Historical setting.
Yeah, the historical setting. I love all that shit. So the Native American thing was awesome. I was very much looking forward to that.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. I don't know how reflections work. I'm like, what the fuck is out that window? And I was like, oh, it's the top of Josh's fridge. I thought the aliens were coming.
Oh, God, they're here. So I thought that was great. So that raised up my expectation a bit, but still, but raised my interest, not my expectations.
Sure, yeah.
I was still just like, man, Predator really hasn't been good in a long time. I loved the movie. I loved Robert Rodriguez's Predators. I thought that was awesome. I thought the whole concept of taking humans and putting them on like a great game reserve planet for the predators to go and hunt. I thought that was a fascinating idea, and I love the way the movie wraps up and everything. And it's a damn shame we never got to pursue that story further, because it was a very interesting concept. I didn't like that the predators were huge, hulking fucking beasts or anything like that. Predator's still my favorite. Predator 2, I've come around a bit on. I think it's still kind of fucking corny.
That's the Predator in New York, right?
That's the Predator in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles,
not New York. There's a callback to that one in this movie. The flintlock pistol she's given is, or the flintlock pistol she finds is the one that is given. But I want to know how, when that was introduced, I thought the movie was going to end differently.
Sure.
And I thought that would have been interesting. That
I agree.
For once, somebody doesn't win.
Yeah.
But
I guess that happens off screen.
Yeah, right. Or she just gets old and somebody else has it.
Somebody else has it.
Yeah.
Maybe we make a second part.
I'd be down. I was more intrigued on what the Predator was going to be like in this one, because they've kind of sucked, honestly, in a lot of these movies, and I loved what we got. He's long, he's lithe, he's mean as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He is a force to be reckoned with in this movie. I liked the girl a whole lot.
Yeah.
Thought she did great. I liked the coming of age story you get with her, where she's not very good at anything that she wants to be good at.
Yeah.
And through this ordeal, she goes through this trial basically and
learns, instead of trying to be your brother, learns what she's good at.
Trying to be your brother, trying to be your dad, but learns how to use her own brain and everything like that. I love this fucking movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
Honestly, it is in my top Predator films, which, are Predators, and now this one. Yeah. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Very tense, very suspenseful.
Yeah.
Harkens back to the old Predator, where it's a lot of like just shots of the woods and he's out there. And then when he's there, that's where the modern horror comes in, where it's just brutal and violent, but it's all the good horror that we get from the better slasher flicks and monster movies that we get now, where it's fucking, this thing's gonna kill you. There's no escaping this thing. One of my favorite shots from the movie is when he's just cutting through the Braves and everything, and fucking doused in blood, and her and the last remaining one are running through the field.
The tall grass.
Yeah, run through the tall grass, and you just get this red machine of a creature just running at top speed. They're not gonna get away from him.
Yeah,
it's a miracle that it's so good. I think that the hunters, the trappers, are a little over the top.
Yeah,
but that's my only complaint. I fucking loved this movie. Well, no, I have another complaint. I don't like how she beats it. He's super smart through the entire thing, and then all of a sudden he just forgets how his own equipment works.
Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a little bit of
It's just
spend a little bit more.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's like I told you at the when you were just like, I thought he was, because you expressed the same thing that I did, and I was just like, yeah, a lot of the time when you get to the end, the predators turn out to be pretty fucking stupid. At the end of it, you're just like, wow, how did you do this the whole time?
It's like, well, it was my time to go.
Yeah.
Brain, I haven't slept since I've been here. Yeah, no.
I love the look of him, honestly, more than
yeah.
anything. He is so
It's
cool.
a very
looking.
well-paced movie that
It's very
with
well-paced.
the tension and everything keeping you up. Like I was gonna say, outside of the trappers, like their kind of comically ridiculous nature was whatever, but it was mostly that whole bait in their attempt to take on the predator.
Yeah.
That felt just a little bit shoved in and a little too long.
Yeah.
But it also gave you a little bit of a sense of like, okay, well,
You needed one more scene with her brother.
yeah, and like clearly, like the brute force is not going to work here.
Yeah, no, you
Right,
gotta be smarter than this dude.
So,
I love the soundtrack too. Soundtrack's incredible. I listen to it all the time.
they just kept a good pace, tension. For you kind of didn't know what was going to happen next, especially because when they would cut to what the predator was doing, he wasn't there to just like find humans and fuck them up.
No,
he was basically
you
like,
watch him
I'm starting
evolve
from the bottom and now I'm here.
Yeah, and I loved that where it's like first he's hunting rabbits, then he's hunting.
He sees a wolf,
Then he's
hunting the rabbit, so he's like, "Fuck you, wolf."
yeah. Oh, good job, buddy. Now I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he fucking fights a goddamn bear,
Yeah.
and that bear scene is fucking awesome. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's a CGI bear. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. He
We don't-
picked that thing up and ripped it in half. It was awesome.
With the way computer imagery.
What was he
is
supposed
now,
to do? Rip a real fucking bear apart?
There's
or
no-
a fake bear? That's
yeah.
gonna look stupid.
There's no reason for us to harm real animals and or create ridiculously expensive fake carcasses that are going to look fake anyway.
Oh god, Jurassic
So,
World.
so whatever, right? That's basically this whole movie. It's like you're going through the eyes, watching this person learn and find her way,
And
but
you're
also
watching
it's just
him.
moments.
Yeah,
just
and you're
all
watching
these-
you're watching the predator learn and evolve as well, dude.
and watching all these moments and then watch them come together. And yeah, it's a very simple, well-paced, cool little, thriller.
Yeah.
Um,
Their
yeah.
fight is really good when the two of them actually
yeah.
jumps down onto his shoulder, start
Every-
hacking at him with that fucking tomahawk.
Everything-
I was like, get him!
Everything was set up very well, and a lot of setups and payoffs, and fucking a lot of false, not false jump scares. Those drive me absolutely insane. But
No.
a lot of like building tension to nothing. A lot
Yeah.
of what I talked about,
And that makes it
the original
worse.
Halloween.
Yeah, and that makes it worse where you're just
Yeah.
like, oh god, it's just the dog. Oh god, it's just
Yeah.
the dog. And it's I liked the dog.
sure.
Kind of felt weird in a couple spots where I'm just like, this dog just shows up out of nowhere,
Yeah.
Then it just fucks off because they're just like, I felt like they were like, well, we wanted to have a dog, but we don't know what to do with the dog.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking forgot I forgot about the dog.
Yeah.
I forgot about the dog. What happened? I mean,
Dog comes out of it fine.
okay, but I don't remember the dog being there after the trapper bit. Did he just fuck off?
He saves her sort
Mm-hmm.
of towards the end of the movie. He comes running up and distracts the predator or gives her
That's
fucking
something,
tomahawk back or something like that.
You're right.
I can't remember what the dog does, but I liked the dog. I don't know. I'm a sucker for fucking a young character with a pet.
Then their dog, a young boy and his
Fucking
robot.
White Fang is still one of my favorite books. Also one of my favorite old live action Disney movies from the 90s. Fucking Call of the Wild. Love that fucking movie. Fucking Journey of Natty Gann. Fucking side note, this is the nerd that I am. The same wolf that played White Fang played the wolf in Natty Gann.
Well,
Keep that in your pocket for trivia now.
I was going to say
boys.
that's some good trivia. to know.
Jed the wolf. He passed away in 97.
Wow, that is some good wolf knowledge.
Yeah.
Acting wolf knowledge.
He's a good actor for an animal.
Yeah.
like-
Yes. No, you're not wrong.
But no. Yeah, dude, just oh god, it's so good. Nothing about it felt cliche or ham-fisted a bit. You know, it's just, I loved the way that everything was so good.
Again, I don't know if Dan Stevens will like it, but fucking.
Well, that's why I addressed it, because I know there are people out there that's just like, oh, of course, and I'm just like, you didn't watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's.
Watch somebody
you didn't watch fucking
fail
movie.
and learn.
She fails over and over and just gets up and keeps going.
Yeah.
She's good at everything by the end of the movie.
Yeah. But like, have you seen The Predator?
Yeah, right. Right. Have you seen The Predator or either of the Alien versus Predator movies?
So yeah, what like
Fucking
who cares?
garbage.
But the Native American part of it is actually really cool.
Yeah. I would love to see them do this more. If they don't continue her story, jump around to another period. You know,
that would be cool.
Let's go. You know, let's go medieval. You know, got to fight a knight or something. You know, or
that would be. I mean, at what point does it become comical?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, yeah.
Because like I feel like in the woods, like you have like with the Native American tribe, it's a lot of like hunting and all that stuff. At what point, if the Predator fucking fights a knight in fucking armor?
I threw that out there as a fucking example.
I know it was just an example, but
Jesus.
I'm asking you. I'm saying I know that's goofy.
Yeah,
But
well,
I'm saying, at what like so what? Where else do we go? Because at a certain point, it becomes comical, right? Like,
oh yeah, no. I'm thinking full armor would be dumb. So obviously, like fuck it. All right, fucking Jesus Christ. I should never bring up anything to you.
What? I'm posing a question. I agree with you. They should do something else, but I'm saying I feel like a knight fighting a predator is pretty funny. I'm down with that, but if we're trying not to be funny, where should we set it?
Where should we set it? You know what would be kind of cool? Fucking take them back to the city. Do Depression era Rum Runner Chicago.
Yeah,
that could be really cool.
I was gonna say, I don't know, maybe have them kill some Nazis. I don't care.
Fucking dude, that's not a bad idea
Yeah.
either. But yeah, but because like you could do a throwback to the original Predator with that. I was also thinking like maybe some kind of pirate crew or during the Napoleonic era where they go onto the island or whatever, they get marooned, you know, shipwrecked or something.
Sure,
and
yeah.
Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
I would agree with that. You're setting off some powder kegs, trying to get at the predator.
Right. Trap him on the boat, blow up the whole magazine. Now you just fucking live there.
Yeah. But no, now I want to see a knight be like, "Come at me,
fucking
bro!"
damn it. Okay,
and
dude.
fucking longsword him.
Maybe like a fucking they're a scouting group and they don't wear full fucking armor, Ryan. All right, I just
Robin
think it would
Hood
be cool.
v.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing. I'm
That's
saying that. I'm saying
dope.
I'm finally understanding where you're trying to get
some
at.
scouts or something. Yeah, like fucking. I just want to see a guy with a long sword fight a fucking
Or a bow
predator
and
with a
arrow,
spear.
Yeah. I get you. All right.
Fuck you, man.
I was talking about how this one was going to be more focused and we weren't going to fight about stupid shit.
We can't stop, dude. No,
Can't
man.
stop, won't
No, yeah, man. That was it's fucking Three Musketeers, kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we already that's the same kind of.
It's the same sort
period.
of. Yeah, but no, there are differences,
yeah.
And especially because they went Native American, and I get the trappers were there and stuff, but
I fucking loved that, dude.
Yeah.
That was
it'd be one
dope,
thing.
dude.
It's like you can fucking throw. That movie would have same time period, but Prey would have looked a lot different if he went to Paris, right? So like,
Sacre bleu, mon Dieu, it is a predator.
So again, there's a little leeway with time. We don't have to be like, now this fucking cliche time straight to this time.
Or dude, you go way back, fucking Centurions, Roman era. That'd be fucking sick too.
I agree. I want to see Gerard Butler fight.
There you go. Yeah,
Predator.
Spartan.
Yes.
Just shirtless, out there in a loincloth.
Yeah. Dude, their defenses are just too strong for a predator.
The phalanx.
Yeah.
You can't get past it.
Yep. Okay. We've gone off the rails here. Would you recommend people watch Prey
Absolutely.
on Hulu?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I think early on it was like a little bit of buzz, and then kind of I heard nothing after that.
Yeah, it blew up real quick and then faded out, and that's a damn shame because it's a really, really, really good fucking movie.
Yeah, with October, it's not really a horror; it's more of a thriller. But it's the spooky.
It's
times.
a creature feature.
Yeah,
it's
with the spooky times coming up. Definitely check it out. I hope they better throw that up on their Huluween list. But their Huluween list is always shit.
Dude, it used to be really good, and
know.
then all of a sudden, like the last 3 years, they're like, I don't know, here's a bunch of crap that fucking Blumhouse gave us.
It's a bunch of crap. Oh,
I remember that was what reminded me of Ravenous because I hadn't seen it forever, and it was on Hulu, and I was just like, "Fuck yes!"
A very good movie. That of the movies we talked about, of this whole catch up that we finally are done with, that is the standout film. I will
for
say.
sure. Yeah, that was solid all the way through.
Yeah, that and some Top Gun, but it's Top Gun. Fuck yeah, we're done, dude. Josh, we did it.
We did it
with everything.
We did it.
We did it.
did it.
We are caught up. The summer season is over. We're into October. We'll have a spooktacular. There's some series we're going to talk about. More episodes to come. But I am glad that the fucking
that we have Thorbed.
Yeah, that we Thorbed, we morbed and Thorbed, and we learned. We came. What did I say? We came, we saw, we morbed.
Yeah, we came, we saw, we morbed.
Yeah,
we came, we saw, we Thorbed.
But I'm done. I'm glad that we got through this.
Yeah,
I mean, this is always a fun time, but at a certain point, it becomes. It's like intimidating. We have too much stuff to talk about. Yeah, these episodes are going to be insane.
we kind of streamlined it too because there's some other things we saw, but I don't remember half of them now.
Yeah,
so.
We have to have meaningful conversations. So now that we're done with this catch up, and again, I think we kept our promise here. These came out a week after one another. Yeah. So we're going to try to keep more on schedule so we can avoid things like this. Mm-hmm. But we're busy. All right. That is going to do it for this episode. You can find us on all major podcasting apps, including Anchor.fm.
We out there.
Apple, Google, whatever. At Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter is where you will find out when a new episode goes up, or if one of our original programs, such as Classic Catch-Up, goes up on the YouTubes. We are Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. Twitch.tv/Mighty Fish Productions. That is everything. Josh, do you have anything to say to the people?
Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for coming back, and we will see you the next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. How do I
bye. You do it.